Hey, you guys, it's the Bling Gypsy. I just wanted to hop on and go over TrueIMS. So TrueIMS is a inventory system that I have recently switched to. As you guys know, I was using Commentsold for a little over a year, and nothing against Commentsold. Commentsold is an amazing inventory system. However, the pricing for me was just a little steep. So when sales kind of slowed down a little bit, that's when I really felt it. So I had to leave Commentsold, and I went back to the old manual ways, and that just wasn't working for me. So I did try to do my inventory system through Square, which is okay. It just did not do everything that I needed it to do. So one of my team members was on TrueIMS, and I decided to go ahead and give it a try. So I've been on it probably about 4 months now, and I am absolutely loving it, you guys. So I wanted to jump on here and kind of go over what is TrueIMS, what does it do, and give you the things it does and the things it doesn't do currently. However, they are still working on it. Okay. So TrueIMS was created by a paparazzi consultant's spouse, and a lot of paparazzi consultants and non-paparazzi consultants are on it now. So I just wanted to jump on here and show you the different packages that they offer, what it does, and what it currently does not do, but is upcoming in the future. So one of the first things I want to do is let you know that they do have a Facebook page. Okay, so if you go over here and you type in TrueIMS, okay, they do have a Facebook page. You can click on here, and as soon as you do, look, it pops up with the messenger over here on the bottom right. So if you have any issues whatsoever, you can type them a message, and their response is amazing, you guys. Um, so let me show you my screen so you can see it. Okay, so right here, if you type in and search TrueIMS, this is their Facebook page, and the messenger just pops right up. And you can type a question, and their response time is pretty good. So that is the first thing I wanted to show you. The next thing I wanted to show you is the main page for TrueIMS.com. This is where you can go and do a free trial, or you can just sign up. I just signed up. And I did not notice when I signed up, by the way, that there is a gold fever. If you go for the gold plan, which is the plan I'm on, and you use gold fever code, that you can get 50% off of your setup fee, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Okay. All right. So pretty much explains it here. Everything's in one place. It helps you increase your sale, and it actually gives you an e-commerce website. Now, I know as a paparazzi consultant, we all have our paparazzi website. However, when I'm at a vendor event, they always ask me, what other pieces do you have? And I can't send them to the paparazzi website. I need to send them to my own website. So now I went to GoDaddy and I purchased a domain. So mine's theblinggypsy.com, and that domain is linked to my TrueIMS website. Okay. All right. So if you go through here, it shows you that you have real-time baskets. So they're virtual baskets. So my customers shop all week, and I can throughout the week go and put the pieces that they want in their shopping cart. And then after Friday night show, I turn their baskets into an invoice. Okay. So what that does is that holds those items so that you can't oversell them. Okay. If you go for the silver or higher tier, then you can do invoicing. Okay, so you can change those baskets to invoices, and you can link that invoicing system to Square, PayPal. There's a couple other options which we'll be going over later. Mine's linked to Square. And then there is a basket timer now. That's new. They just added that. So this will kind of push them to, hey, hurry up, because if you don't, then your items are going to restock. Okay. So what it does is it cancels their invoices timeout, and it just kind of sits there, and it lets you make the decision of yeah, I want to restock this item, delete the invoice, or no, I want to give them some more time. So depending on who the customer is, you can make that decision. And then if you go for the gold tier, which is why I went for the gold tier, it is e-commerce compatible, so you can have your own website through TrueIMS, okay? All right, they do offer Sezzle. I'm currently not on Sezzle. I found their fees were a little high, and I don't have that big of purchasers. I tried it when I was with Commentsold, and I found that they were the same small orders, and they were splitting them, which we get paid right away, and that's fine. But I did not see an increase in ticket sales. Maybe I didn't give enough time, but their fees were kind of high, so I was like, and then it doesn't go to back then I was on PayPal. It didn't go to my PayPal account. It went to my regular bank. And I didn't like that either because I like keeping my business money separate from my personal money. So that's the reason when I switched to TrueIMS, I decided not to go with Sezzle, but you can. All right, so here is the 4 plans, and I'm not going to go over everything. You guys can check it out. The bronze is going to be $4.99 a month plus that initial $20 setup, but you can get half off with this code GoldFever. If you actually, that's only for the gold. And then your silver is going to be $9.99 a month plus the $19.99 setup. And then your $14.99, which is the plan I'm on, and you can use this code to get the setup fee half price. Okay. All right, so whichever one you decide to go for, but honestly, guys, at $15, you might as well go for the gold and get everything. Now, they are planning on doing live shopping like Commentsold in the future, and that price will be a little bit higher. They have not decided on how much that's going to be yet, but they do not think that they're going to charge a percentage like Commentsold is charging currently. However, they did say if you were already in before they start charging the percentage that you would be grandfathered in and you would not get charged a percentage. So that was good to know. That was my, okay, I'm going to do this moment. So I just signed up. I didn't even do the trial. All right, here is the creator, Richard, and Melody is his wife that is a paparazzi consultant, so you can read about that as well. All right, the other thing I wanted to show you is, actually, I think that was it. Yeah, on the bottom here, it gives you descriptions. When you go to the plans, you can switch from bronze, silver to gold, okay? Now, they do have a new YouTube channel that has their newer training videos because, honestly, they have made a ton of changes since I started, and I haven't even been with them that long. So they're constantly improving things. So if you are just now signing up, I would look at these videos, but I would also look at the previous videos as well. Sorry, I was silencing my phone. All right, so let me go over TrueIMS. So when you go in, this is what the page looks like. I can tell you that it's not quite as fancy as Commentsold. So at first you're like, what am I doing? But once you watch the training videos and you kind of play around with it, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. So it's not that hard. It's just different, very different from Commentsold if you're coming from there. So I've gotten quite used to it. Your main screen, if you look on the left over here, there's all your different options. When you very first sign up, you want to go straight to settings, you guys, okay? This is where you're going to set up everything you want about your business, okay? So I'm going to go a little bit into detail, but not too much because there are training videos about every single thing in here, okay? So this is your baskets and invoicing. So I have mine set for 24 hours. So from the time I invoice them, usually my shows are at 9 o'clock. They end about 11-ish, maybe midnight, depending on how the show's going. So whatever time I send that invoice, they have 24 hours from there to pay, okay? So you can change that. You can change it to 48 hours, whatever you used to. My customers shop all week, and then I send out invoices on Friday, and they know they have to pay it on Saturday or their items will get restocked, okay? Here's where you can add your logo, your picture, and then just a little bit of description, okay? So that's pretty simple. This is your business name information, okay, right there. And then if you go to the e-commerce setting, this is where you can offer local pickup, which I do allow. You can allow cash on pickup, okay, so that it lets them go through the checkout process. And then enable wish list. Now, the wish list is pretty darn cool. At first, I'm like, well, what the heck is that? Wish list currently, you know how Commentsold, they can shop with you and they can shop your website, and it's all cohesive and it's all one basket. Currently, TrueIMS, they're separate. So what you put in their baskets versus when they go on the website, it's going to create two different orders. And if you're like me, I don't want my customers to pay $4 flat shipping here and then $4 flat shipping here, or whatever your shipping is. So the way to work around that is enabling wish lists. So what my customers can do is they can go on my website and they can look at items, add them to their cart, and instead of checking out and paying for it, they can actually put it into their wish list and submit the wish list to me via email. Now I can take that wish list and I can turn it into an invoice, okay? And then I can take their current invoice for the week and that invoice from the wish list, and I can merge it, which that merge is new. So that's pretty awesome. However, another good way to use the wish list is me and one of my teammates just did this. I needed a bunch of gold pieces, and I asked her if it was okay if I go and pick some gold pieces and we could do a swap. So what I did is I went on her website and I picked all the gold pieces that I was interested in, how many of them I wanted, told me exactly how many she had. And then I picked a total of 70 pieces. And then I submitted the wish list to her. She picked those pieces for me. And then she went on my website and picked 70 pieces to swap. And then I pulled those pieces and we did a swap. Okay. So that is a great way to get fresh inventory for me and for her without spending any extra money. So the wish list is definitely really, really fun and cool feature for team swapping. Okay. All right. So this one here, you can put your expenses. And this was another thing that I was totally excited about, because basically you can customize your expenses and put everything. You can put your shipping, you can put your supplies, everything that your mileage, whatever it is. You can put all your expenses in here, and at the end of the year, you can just basically print out a report and give it to your accountant. How awesome is that? I don't even think Commentsold offered that. Maybe they did and I missed it, but this was a game changer, or is a game changer for me for sure. So that's really cool. Now the shipping, they just updated it, and you can put in your shipping for each individual invoice and it will calculate it for you. So that's pretty cool. All right, inventory. So you can set up your inventory to default. So I have mine to default at $5, costs $2.75. I usually buy 3 of each, so I have 3 of each quantity. So that way, when I input an item, it defaults to these. Now you can change it once you put in the item, but it will automatically default. That just saves you from having to put $5, $2.75, $3, so it's kind of a repetitive thing. Here you can create categories, or you can create them as you go when you enter items in, okay? All right, that is pretty much it. I haven't messed with this over here, but that's all I use in this screen. Next, we got notifications. Okay, so you can tell it what you want to be notified about. So you can turn those on or off. Packing slip, you can do packing slips. I don't, but you can do those if you want. And then payment gateway. This is a really important. I think this was the first thing I set up when I got on here. Payment gateway. So you can see you can offer PayPal, Sezzle, Stripe, or Square. Now you cannot offer Square and Stripe, but you can offer Square, Sezzle, and PayPal together. However, you want to keep it simple, you guys. Okay. I don't like having multiple payment options. I only use Square. I like my money to be all in one place. but that's totally up to you. So I previously, for years and years and years and years, used PayPal. However, towards the end, I was having issues with them, and somebody recommended Square, and I'm very, very happy with Square. So that's all I use. You know, people ask me, do you take Cash App? Do you take this? No. I only take Square. And the thing with Square is Square does not make them create an account like PayPal does. I mean, yeah, you can check out as a guest, but then you have to enter their information every time. With Square, it's just a regular payment like you would any website and just put in your information. It's pretty cool. So I like Square a lot better. All right, shipping. You can do shipping. You can set up different rules. Mine's flat $4, no matter how many pieces they buy. So I set up my rules in here, and you can set up multiple rules. So it will, like, whatever the top one is, it'll run that one first and then run the next one and then so forth. So I've got a couple of rules in there, and you'll have to play around with that and test it and see how it's working, if it's doing what you want it to do. And then taxes, obviously, you set that up in here. And then your website. Now, your website, you put in your domain name, and then this whole thing is your website. That's too long to put on a business card. It's too long to send to somebody. They might mistype it. So I went to GoDaddy and bought theblinggypsy.com, and I directed it from GoDaddy to go to this long website. That works better for me. It's shorter. It fits my name. You know, it's branding and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much everything in settings, guys. Okay. And check it all the time because they are constantly updating stuff. So make sure you keep an eye on it. All right. Next thing, right under dashboard, which is your main screen, there's tutorials. Now, if you click on tutorials, it's going to take you to the tutorial playlist. Okay. And these are the two older videos that you do need to still watch. A lot of things have changed. So I see they've removed quite a few of them. But you can click on those and go through them. And then if you click on videos, here's some more. So every single thing you need to do in here, there is a video. And that's how I learned it, you guys. So you do need to take the time. These videos are short, they're to the point, and go through these and pretty much go through every single one of them because they were very, very helpful to me. Okay. All right. So first thing is customers. This is where you're going to go and you're going to add your customer information. I'm not going to click on that because I have to protect my customers' information. But if you click on there, there's a create, and then I just put first, last name, email. That's it. I don't put their addresses. I don't put anything else in there because I let them input that when they are cashing out. Because if they move and I have the old address, it's on me. But if they put in the old address, that's on them. So that's why I've learned not to put their address information, just first, last name, and email. Because that's basically all I need to invoice them. Okay. All right. Expenses is where you're going to put in your expenses. And then next to that or underneath that is your commission. You can input your commission amounts in here too, because you're going to hand that to your that report. That'll be on the report that you hand to your accountant at the end of the year. All right. Baskets. That's where your customer baskets are going to be. So you hit create. You would select the customer that you've already inputted. Okay, if not, you can add them. Currently, that's not working for me. I don't know if it's still in the works. I do have to go to customers and add them first and then pull them up on here. I don't know why that's not working, but I know they're making lots of changes to fix things. But what I like is right down here, you guys, is everything that you need. Let me hide this. All right, so if I need to add an item, I just go on here. Now I use, for my items, I use my bin numbers, okay? So whatever numbers on this tag is my bin numbers, unless it's a one and done. And then it's just a number, a random number. I use the tag system, so I reuse my numbers. Now with TrueIMS, they do give you their own numbers. And I've kind of been toying the idea of using those numbers. However, they wouldn't match my bin numbers. And I kind of like my system, so I think I'm just going to stick with my numbers, but you guys can do it however you want to do them. So for me, if I need to add a number, I need to go over here to add filters, put in bin, and you could see it adds a bin slot for me. So if I wanted number, what was that? 423, say I sold 423, I would put 423 and then I would add it. Okay, now these pictures are very, very, very small. So if you don't know the name of the piece, you might have to open another TrueIMS tab, like if it brings up multiple items. You might have to open up another TrueIMS tab so you can go to the inventory tab and kind of look at it to make sure it's the right piece. But otherwise, if it's just one, obviously that's the right one. Now, when I did the swap with my teammate, I zeroed out everything because I didn't want her to have to pay for it. So that's an option. Or if it's a free piece, you can zero out like this piece alone. See, it changes it from 5 to 0. So let's say it's a piece that she won. Okay. You can clear all items here. You can also remove taxes off the item, okay? Or you can put it back to start charging for it. So there's a lot of options there. Now, it does not automatically add the shipping, okay? They leave that up to you. And probably because, like for me, for instance, if they are brand new, their first order ships free. So they get to shop all week with me and their first order ships free. So then I just wouldn't add shipping. That's nice and easy. Before I had to give them a coupon code and they had to put in the coupon code. I like this a lot better. However, you have to remember when you create the basket, you have to get in the habit of adding shipping. Okay. And if you've done your shipping rules correctly, it will add it correctly. And this is what I was talking about when I said you need to test it out. So you click on add shipping and then you click enable shipping. And then I just tell it to use shipping rules. Okay. So you can see it charges $4. Okay. And then you hit save and then you look over here and yep, it's charging $4. And it's also charging tax. Okay. If I was to remove the tax, then it wouldn't charge tax. All right. Oops, I removed the price. Sorry. There we go. There's the tax. I forgot I had it off. All right. The other thing you can do is you can, and you could do remove tax on the whole order, by the way, over here. Now, another thing you can do is you can add notes to this. Okay. I don't use that much, but it is nice to have it just in case. All right, so once I select a customer, let's just put vendor event. I created a vendor event customer. So when I go to a vendor event, I can come home and just input those items under that vendor event and make it one sale and then just put paid on it. So once you're done putting in all the items, you can just hit confirm and then create. Okay, so now this vendor event customer has a basket. And so all week I can go back and add more items. And all you got to do that is hit edit, add item. Let's just say 1215. I don't know if there's an item 1215. Yes, there is. And then let's say it's this one, it's this ring. I'm just going to add it. And there you go. I hit close and I don't have to hit confirm anymore or create anymore because I've already created the basket. You don't want to hit this until it's time to invoice the customer. This is for me Friday night. Okay, so Friday night I would open up their basket and hit invoice and that would send them an invoice. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and invoice this one just so I can show you guys. Create invoice. All right, now invoices. If you go to invoices, this is showing you these green ones are paid. These, there's a timer on them, but they have not paid yet. Okay. And then these two right here are paid. And you can even see if the email was sent. See, this one says delivered. This one says they clicked on it. This one says they opened it. So that's super, super cool. And this one, for some reason, is saying processing. So this is probably a bad email. So it tells you every single thing. Now, what you can do, and this is what I do, is I do send a link to each customer right after I invoice them. I click on link, copy link, and then I will go to their Facebook Messenger and send them the link that way. Because if you're like me, I don't check my email that often, and my customers only have 24 hours to pay. So I want to make sure that they have the link. They can just click on it and pay, and that helps me get invoices paid a lot faster. So that's always an option, you guys. You can click on show and just look at it, okay? And then you can edit it from here. You can create a packing slip if you need to, or you can edit it, okay? All right, next thing is gonna be your orders. If you have any online orders, this globe right here, that's where that's gonna show. So this is somebody that went on my website and ordered these pieces, okay? So that lets you know. All right, wish list. Remember we talked about wish list earlier? This is where your wish list would show up, and it would come up as a line item, and then you would change it to an invoice. It does not offer an option to change it to a basket, only to an invoice, okay? All transactions would be where every single transaction you've had is in here. So it's just like a secondary list. And then users, you can create different users. So if you have employees or somebody that's helping you and you want to be able to see what they're doing versus what you're doing, you can create users. I don't use that feature, but it's a nice feature to have for sure. All right, coupons is where you can create coupons. Like I had a March Madness coupon, and you could put timers and all kinds of restrictions on it. All right, reports is where you would go to pull your reports. You can pull it, it defaults to by the month, but you can change it for the whole year. You can change it and customize it however you want, certain date range. So that's super, super cool. And it shows you everything. It shows you your sales, your expenses, your commission, and everything. So this is a really, really cool feature. We forgot to talk about this one, product. So there's all kinds of different products. I have not used the barcode part of it yet. I've not yet ventured there. Currently, I just use my numbers. I was using the barcode system with Commentsold, but I have not done it on here yet. I was just kind of in a hurry to get it done. And so I kept it nice and simple. When I had to copy and paste every single piece, and I have a lot of inventory. So I just did name, price, I didn't even do descriptions, name, price, pictures, kept it simple, and just used my inventory tag numbers. But if you click on here, it's going to show you all your inventory that you have, okay? Now, you can customize these columns and put what you want in there, like if you want to add the price, so you can see the price, total quantity, and stuff like that. One thing I do want to mention, if the item that you sold is a one and done, and then the person does not pay their invoice and you delete their invoice, I did notice that it takes the quantity from the regular quantity, which I'll show you, and puts it in the reserve quantity instead. So you do have to go in and switch that. So if you look down here, where it says quantity, you want it in the quantity, not the reserve. And I did notice when it puts it back, if it's a one and done, it will put it in the reserve. So every now and then I'll go and I'll check and see if there's any items in the reserve quantity. So inputting an item is pretty simple. This one was a exclusive ring, so I don't have a description. But this is the title, your description. I created different categories and different filters, and you don't have to create filters that says red, yellow, because the search engine on this program is pretty darn good. So I just kept it simple, rings, and then wide stretchy band, necklaces, short or long, just keep it simple, you guys, because everything else is searchable. Like I can go on my website and I can type red and it'll pull up every single piece that's red. So don't complicate it, okay? And then picture, and I'm going to show you a different item that has some multiple pictures, just so you can kind of get an idea. All right, let's do, I think this one probably has it. Yeah. Okay, so see this one has 2 pictures. I like to use the model picture, so I'm going to make that my primary instead, and then hit save. Okay, so now, see, it puts the model picture. The only one I don't use the model picture for is the rings, because you can't really see the rings in the model pictures. You can't see the detail. But when you go in here, you got your title, your description, your category, your filter, your pictures. I don't have a bin number on this yet because it's not here yet. Once it gets here, I will assign it a number. And the way my numbers work is anything that's a one and done is below 1,000. And then anything that's more than one, my bins start at 1,001. So anything that is 1,000 or more is going to be multiples. So whatever bin is available, I have tags. So I have tags, and whatever bin is available, I have a little container. I'll pull a tag and assign it to whatever piece that came in, okay? So that's how I keep track of my inventory. So once it gets here, I will put it in. I do have a scanner. So I scan the paparazzi barcode that it comes with, and it pulls it right up. And then I can go in and give it a bin number, and it's already done. I just hit save. Okay. So that's how I do my inventory. And you can see over here, it assigns their own ID number, but I don't use that. I use, let me go to some of my pieces that are actually here. Yeah, none of these are here, so they don't have any bin numbers. Okay, so right here. See, this one has bin numbers because these are already here. I've assigned them a bin number. This one is a one and done, so it's below 1,000. These I have multiples of. So you can see I got 2. So that's how I do my numbering system. So the last thing I want to show you is how the website looks. And you do have to initially kind of create the website, but it's super easy. There is a video showing you exactly what to do. But if you have any problems, you can message the Facebook page and they will help you get it set up. So when you go to the website, I just added, this was theirs, these little flowers back here. I just added this. And then everything else was pretty much set up. Okay. Anything that has a quantity and a picture will show up on the website. There is an option where you can say don't show 0 items, obviously, because you don't want your customers to shop those. So I have that turned on. So this is the website. They can click on it, okay, and they can look at the different pictures, and there's all the information, and then they can add it to their cart. And then if you go to the cart, it should be there. There's my cart. And then see, checkout or submit wish list. Okay, that's what we were talking about earlier. So I'm just going to remove that because obviously I don't want to get that because that takes it away from the counts. Now, here's another thing I want to mention before I forget. If they do a wish list, please keep in mind that it does not remove it from inventory. So you need to immediately do something with that wish list, because you can potentially oversell it. So like this bracelet, I only have 1. And if somebody submits it to me in a wish list, I need to immediately turn it into an invoice, because if not, then it's not going to hold that bracelet and somebody else can go on and buy it. All right. So that is another thing that I wanted to mention. So that is pretty much it, you guys. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the messages. Make sure you give us the thumbs up and subscribe to our page and turn on that bell notification so you can see our upcoming videos. Bye, guys.